The expanses of the oceans, home to exotic life as well as vital resources. But only 3.5% of the high seas are protected by the UN. So will the push for a treaty of the high seas forestall the extinction of at-risk species? And is the lure of resources just too much for countries to resist? The waters beyond national sea boundaries are currently a free-for-all. This has led to drastic overfishing as well as terrible pollution. The term high seas has a legal meaning. It refers to the waters 200 nautical miles or 370 kilometres beyond a country's coastline. The waters up to the 370 kilometre mark are known as the exclusive economic zone. The resources here can be exploited by the country that holds the rights to it. Experts warn the world needs to put 30% of global ocean space under protected status by 2030.
We need a treaty that is really protecting our oceans. So the next 2 years are actually going to be really crucial for the future of our oceans. And now is the time for world leaders to step up for the protection of our oceans.
But a key question is how and whether valuable genetic resources should be shared. These include plant and animal DNA. Companies can patent this in the search for new cosmetics and better crop yields. The market for marine biotechnology is expected to reach 6.4 billion globally by 2025. German industrial giant BASF owns nearly half of all patents for oceanic gene sequences. It has the right to commercialize these without sharing any of the profits. A new high seas treaty would end this situation, and if it is signed, it will likely become an extension of an earlier convention. The UN Convention on the Law of the Sea, or UNCLOS, came into force in 1994 without the participation of the US. And since then, shipping routes have vastly expanded. Not to mention interest in fishing and mining in waters of the deep. Today, just 1% of the high seas is off limits to industry. The UN hopes to have a legally binding text in place by 2020, but Russia has expressed opposition to global governance on the high seas. So will this be a scenario where the absence of the big players scuttles the endeavour? Or will the major players appreciate the threats posed to life on Earth by the lack of an agreement?